All right, Ryan, it is your turn to give us your banana boat of all-time favorite athletes.
Okay, so I started off a little while ago saying that this is a really difficult list for me to come up with, but the first two are the easiest things in the whole world. Number one, Barry Sanders. If you're a Detroit Lions fan and you grew up on Barry Sanders, what a privilege it was to watch this guy run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is still the highlight reel of all NFL highlight reels. I mean, he's always there. He's just got an endless supply of these amazing runs, amazing jukes, cutbacks, spins. When I was 8 years old, the first time I went out on a football field, I got a carry and I spun twice and I cut 4 times and I think I got like 3 yards and I came back and I'm just like super proud of
Killed
myself.
it.
Yeah. Like as long as I was like Barry, it was just the moment of my life. I loved it. And I've already got Ari talking about like his Barry Sanders moves and I'm also proud of that. But
That's not going to get old in the cul-de-sac. He's saying, watch us spin around this tree.
oh, he will. Yeah.
I've seen that a million times. I grew up with your dad, Ari.
Let's watch it again, okay, Uncle Sam? Like,
Oh, and he'll make you watch. Yeah, exactly. Well, and one of the cool things about it is he had this amazing run, all with just an endless stream of quarterbacks who were awful, minus Scott Mitchell, 95. But besides that, I mean, they didn't do anything. They never gave him help. His offensive line was always mediocre at best, if not, on the worst end.
Mm-hmm.
And they never had good ratings or anything, and he would just break the tackles in the backfield, get his 5, 6, 8-yard run, and then eventually break out his 80-yard run for a touchdown. And that's what everybody was always waiting for watching the game. I loved it. My favorite sport was always baseball, but my favorite athlete was always Barry Sanders.
Good. I like that one. All right, who's next on your list?
Oh, I forgot to mention that I collected all of Barry Sanders' Wheaties boxes, too, for a very long time. So I had a lot of them.
You still got
Did
him?
he toss those out in
I have
the
no
most
idea.
recent move?
No, not that one, but I don't know. My parents might have them. I'll have to check.
Yeah.
Not sure. Player number 2, Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, between Barry Sanders and Griffey, those two guys were my favorite athletes of all time easily because I grew up with them. They were the best in the game at the time. Ken Griffey Jr. with his left-handed swing.
The swing alone.
Best swing of all
butter.
time.
I mean, it just never ended.
Yeah.
Right? It's just so long, so short to the ball, but then so long at the end, and I don't know. I can't get enough of it. I also had Ari watching some Ken Griffey Jr. highlights the other day too. I'm like, hey, if you can learn how to swing a bat left-handed, do it like this.
You don't need a bat flip when you have a swing like that.
I know
Oh,
exactly.
You don't. That's true.
You just drop it
The
casually.
way he ended it.
I mean, he was the best athlete on the field for more than a decade. And I just remember I don't even know why I had this on the radio, but when I was growing up, I always stayed up really, really late. And so I would actually on the radio, I'd listen to the West Coast games, and for some reason, I always could get Mariners games. So I would be listening to Griffey and just hoping, just every single time he come up to bat, I'd just be like wide awake, sitting up, just waiting for him to hit a home run. And when he did, I'd just start yelling in the middle of the night and then wake people up. I loved it. Absolutely.
Yeah, one thing with Griffey that obviously I don't remember this, but I know comes up a lot with Tigers fans is when he did the crotch grab towards Sparky Anderson because they walked him I think 3 times in a game, and then the last at bat he hit a home run and he grabbed his crotch 3 times going around the bases, and then I think he swore at Sparky Anderson or something like that. So there's
He
Lions
got the home run.
Yeah, so there's Tigers fans that won't forgive him for that. But I mean, hands down, one of the best baseball players.
Well, that
in our lifetime, just loved watching that guy.
And then the Ken Griffey
catches he made,
Jr.,
too.
the Ken Griffey Sr. dynamic. I mean, how cool is that? Where they're playing on the same team at the same time,
Yeah.
back-to-back home runs.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, for sure.
Number
Next.
3, Miguel Cabrera.
All right,
This one brought the Tigers back. Really, it was Pudge. I mean, Pudge was the beginning of when the Tigers started becoming relevant again because we had a bad stretch there in the 90s and
Mhm.
early 2000s. But Miguel Cabrera, when they made that deal, that's what made the whole thing happen. And that's what made our offense go. And that was, I don't know, I guess I'm a little bit wrong. People will probably be mad at me because Magli Ordonez and that kind of group was in front of him. But I don't know. I love the way the guy plays. He just has so much fun out on the baseball field. I love his swing. I mean, when I was in high school and college, I just watched his swing over and over and over on YouTube, just trying to understand how he could generate that much power, that simple little flick of a wrist.
yeah,
And it's just amazing.
And one thing that people don't realize with Miguel Cabrera is he's such a smart baseball player.
Yeah.
Like they look at him, he's just a hitter. He's just a hitter. He's not anything like that. He's changing like things pitch by pitch, and he's baiting the pitcher.
Yep.
Like with like a random pitch, like I'm gonna be behind this one to fool you, basically. Like he's so far ahead.
I love
in
that
people
too.
that mentally it's.
I love when athletes are just always strategically ahead of people, and they're always trying to get the leg up, and that's what he's doing. Even when he's having fun, he's still baiting people. Like what you said.
I was gonna say because he's hilarious. Too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he has a good time playing baseball, which is cool. And it's too bad that he's. I hope that I know that they said he's gonna be full-time DH moving forward. Last year they said that. I hope that that's not the case. I know he's getting into really good shape and stuff, which is exciting. I hope he gets to get out on first base because he has such a good time out there.
Oh, he does. He loves it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope his injuries kind of straighten out because he could still hit. He just needs his body to work
Cooperate.
out. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not.
The fourth, this is the hardest pick for me. I've got so many guys written down because I'm trying to pick one of them. So I'm going to read my little list here. I'm sorry. But I mean, this is between like.
All right. So check our Facebook page. And you can vote on Ryan's fourth one here.
Pudge Rodriguez.
We got like a list of 60 here.
Pudge Rodriguez, the dude played catcher like an infielder. I absolutely loved him. And then he went to the Tigers. I'm like, this is even better.
I like your decision. All right.
Justin Verlander, Nolan Ryan, Cecil Fielder was my original favorite player.
Yep.
Deion Sanders, we were talking about athletes earlier, and he is just an amazing athlete playing baseball and football. And I mean, football, he's playing cornerback too, so you could argue that those are some of the hardest positions to play. Tracy McGrady was one of my favorite basketball players for a really, really long time. The rivalry with Kobe was awesome. But I'm going to go with Michael Jordan. He's my fourth. I wasn't the most into basketball for a long time, but Jordan's stretch when he came back after Space Jam, that whole Space Jam story.
Yeah.
Was one of the, and partly because of Space Jam 2, but I love the comeback.
Wait, Space Jam 1 or Space Jam 2? Are we talking LeBron and Space Jam 2?
I don't even want to talk
or
about
Space
that.
Jam also?
Don't even do that.
They better not butcher
You said
that
Space Jam 2.
No, I'm talking about the greatest basketball player in the history of the game, of the
Alright.
NBA. I'm
Pump the
talking about
brakes.
Michael Jordan.
All right.
So anyways, the run in the 1997 and 98 was awesome. I loved it, and that's what kind of got me into basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember Grandma and Grandpa had a VHS upstairs at their house with just Michael Jordan highlights. It was probably just like a 1-year highlight reel, but it was just,
really?
Yeah, I remember I used to always watch that.
I actually have. So I have a VHS of Barry Sanders
I know.
and all of his runs. And
It still works. We didn't wear that out growing up.
I probably did. I don't know. I can still quote it, so I don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
But and I also have a Michael Jordan, a best of Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
DVD collection. It's really fun. Donnie and I have watched it a lot together.
I bet. And that's what gets them from 6 to midnight.